sir.
What's happening? Because you know it's your boy B-High Radio Shouter. As always, I got my podcast partner up in this thing, OG Gangsta Wicked, a.k.a. Big Galaxy Ghetto Mafia. What's going on with it, Wick?
She just got a clean shave, you know what I'm saying, for the video shooting shit. You know, I do my own lineup and stuff, B-High.
That's why I be gapped up half the time you come in here.
You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying right there. Everybody that's looking right now, see my shit and look at yours. I mean,
mine is looking a little rough. But hey, man, enough about you. We got another podcast partner in here, though, man. KB, what's good with it, boss?
Man, what's good, fellas, man? How y'all doing, man?
Man, also feeling good, feeling great. Now today, man, I mean, we got the son of an icon and a legend off in this thing. Lil Bushwick, what's good with it, man?
Man, what's up, man? Reporting live from Houston. Had to show love to the ATL, the second home that's found. Come on, man. You know how to tap in.
Man, B-High, when I saw him, I thought that was Bushwick. I mean, Bushwick can't deny that one. No. Hey, Bush couldn't come to the corner and be like, I don't know. We all would have been there like, Brad.
Hey, man, he just messed me up when he came on the screen. He just messed me up, man. Like,
That's my twin. That's my twin, man.
Yes, sir, man. It's good to be here with you, man. You know what I'm saying? Your daddy was an icon. We loved him. Yes, I got a lot of little stories about him, you know, but, you know, KB, I had to reach out to KB because of, you know what I'm saying, their history. And a lot of times KB used to tell me stories and I used to be like, wow. But I do have a brief, a quick little thing I want to say about, you know, Bushwick, besides he was a legend. I was at a show at, I want to say it was in Texas. It was called like the Galvin or something back there. KB, you might know about that. And we had a show after like a concert or something after party or something. So when I come in, we coming in for sound check, and I hear you know somebody say goddamn, about time Ghetto Mafia, y'all don't came here, y'all late. I thought it was the person that was actually throwing the show.
Yeah.
And he had about 2 or 3 niggas around him, so I couldn't see who it was.
Yeah.
So right at that moment, I was talking to Nino like, man, these niggas just trying us, man. We need to go ahead and just start swinging because I couldn't see Bushwick. And when I got on that tour, he was sitting on like the end of the stage. And he was like, Ghetto Mafia, I love y'all, man. Why y'all late, man? I just got down and said, man, it was Nino's fault.
You like, bro, I didn't know that was Chuck, man. I didn't know that was Chuck.
Yeah, man. I mean, your pops was a legend, man. You know what I'm saying? I always like to say that. And I told B-High and I told KB that, you know, Scarface may have been the voice of the group, but Bushwick was definitely the face and the heart of the group.
Most definitely.
Definitely. Pops, I ain't gonna lie. One thing about it, Pops is one-on-one. No matter where I go in the world, where I go in Houston, it's somebody that didn't cross paths with him or he didn't link up with him and show love and kicked it at their uncle's house and chopped it up with them and gave them the word of God and then told them how they should move and just gave them some insights on life and then he'd go on to the next city. But then he'd just be going on, moving around, doing all these stories all over. So like, no matter where I go, I kid you not, there's a story. Probably every day or every other day, I get a new story.
My mama loved Bushwick Bill, man. My mama loved your daddy, man.
For real?
I love your daddy. I'm talking about like every time I talk to her, at least like twice a month when she was living, she would ask about Bill.
What?
There were 2 rappers she would ask about, Devin and Bill.
Man.
Devin and Bill, your daddy, because your daddy, man, he showed my mom and stepdad some love. Every time he came to Atlanta, he came over to my mama's house. He showed the love, man. She loved Bill, man, for real. Like she asked about him at least twice a month. You talk to Bill? Where's Bill? Where's Bill? Where's Bill?
Man,
like, she really asked about.
That's the respect thing too, like how he was raised. Like he has so much respect, like especially when it comes to his elders. Oh yeah, he's not playing. He don't play about any kind of respecting them for sure.
Lil Bush, what was it like for you growing up with Bushwick Bill as your dad, though, man?
See, you gotta think, if my dad was able to make thousands of stories, he couldn't be around me all the time. Ain't no way you could be in everybody's life and in my life at the same time. It's impossible. You only one person. So when he was around me all the time, we did feel each other, like being on the road when I got older. And after I got out of high school, it was crazy because now I'm getting to see and realize what's going on because me being my dad's son, I don't get it. Like, I didn't get it. I didn't understand what it was. I just understood, like, okay, this is my pops. I know I'll call him this. I know when we try to go somewhere, people stopping him. We can't just get to our destination. There's always something stopping us from getting where we got to go. And then he take pictures. And I'm like, Okay, and then as I got older, I got the concept of everything what it was. But I kept getting as I kept getting older, I'm really getting it. I'm like, okay, now I really at this point in age, I really get it, understand. Like, yeah, Pops killed it. Like, I couldn't see his shows when he first started and came out, but like I seen his shows in his later years.
Mm-hmm. Hey, are you the oldest?
I'm the oldest.
Okay, you got a sister that's right up under you?
Yeah, no, yeah, I got a sister the same age as me, that's Aaliyah, and I got my other sister that's Delmira.
Okay, now I got a story like, because when y'all was little, you had to be about, y'all the same age, about 2 or 3 years old. Like, we was coming to Atlanta. It was me, your dad, and what's the guy that used to be around him? Is it Opie?
Okie.
Okay,
With the camera.
Okie was driving, your dad was in the passenger seat, you and your sister was back here with me. Now, this is what I like, just mind about your dad. Like, he didn't talk to y'all like kids. He talked to y'all like adults. Like, what I mean by that, not like cursing y'all out, but like had a conversation like an adult with y'all. Like, and y'all was like understanding, like just talking back. Y'all wasn't like real fluent, but like to be y'all age, I'm like, damn, these kids smart as hell. Like, y'all was just, he would talk to y'all.
No, I'm not gonna lie. The man would have real conversations with us. Exactly. He would not have no regular like, oh, just try to like baby it down. Like how we talking, he would talk to like us.
He talked to y'all just like grown up, and y'all was talking back. And like, y'all had to be about, I say about 3 years old, man. And I'm like, that shit just amazed me, man. You know what I'm saying? We was on the way, we were leaving Houston coming here because he was about to do the deal with Ichiban. And we were standing at the Residence Inns out here in Kennesaw, the Marriott.
Yeah.
And man, that just amazed me. Like, I'm like, damn, that was my first time.
You ain't never seen nothing like that, because like it's crazy. Like when you know how smart my dad was, but like a lot of people didn't understand that like the man finished high school when he was 15 years old, and he finished Bible school in Duluth, Minnesota at 17. So by the time he got signed to Rap A Lot, he already literally had a associate degree in sociology and Bible school. So he was already on a whole other thinking pattern. By the time he became who he was, most people dropped out or did this and that by the time, because everybody was so young getting famous. But he did it all so early. So that's when he came across people. It's like your intellect is crazy.
Yeah. Your dad was smart, man. And he knew that Bible like back and forth. Like, you know, like we had long discussions about it. That was my church when I was out there in Houston. You know what I'm saying? Your dad.
That's like, all you needed. Right now, I kid y'all not. Right now, you could say this chapter and this verse, this chapter and say, okay, verse this and that, he will tell you it word for word, like you put the book in front of him. I'm like, bro, the man really studied the word of God in the mountains. Like, like he was out here real life doing it. Like,
he gonna go. Yes, sir. Yeah. Old Bill, man. Damn.
When you got of age though, Lil Bush, and you was able to travel with your dad, what kind of game was he able to lay on you about the music industry and the stuff that he experienced?
Okay, so what he really like gave me insight on, which is understanding like really about owning yourself, and then I got on the road with him about the merch, and then showing me my work when it came to like photos of fans and stuff. He like, okay, look, you got to take care of this certain thing. Let's say, okay, your phone, you take care of your phone bill, right? All right, look, we got this show in Dallas. Each person that takes it wants to take a picture of me, charge them $10, and I'm gonna let them know this is my kid's summer hustle. This is what he's doing. Like, y'all know my worth and my value. You respect me enough and what I've done and contributed to this industry. You wouldn't mind paying $10 to take a photo of me. He do free photos all the time. So literally, each time somebody want a photo, they yo Bill, he like, yo, talk to my son. And then boom, he'll confirm with them, and like I'm talking about, I made my phone bill money and then some, but that showed me just like my value within itself. Like, look, like these people, everybody, they real supporters and believe in your legacy so much that they could take a regular photo from a distance, but they say, I'm willing to come out my hard-earned money of $10 and pay you for this photo at this moment in time, because this is the moment for me that I want to remember. And that's like, that was at 17, 18 years old when I experienced that on the road with him. I was like, bro, like it just clicked. You know what I'm saying? Certain things kept clicking the more we got on the road with each other.
At what age did you like decide like, I want to start rapping? Like, how old were you when we wrote your first rap?
I'm not gonna lie. The first time I was in the studio with my dad, I was 5 years old. That was at Sharpstown Mall in Houston, and he had a studio, and I was like early on rapping. And then it was like I just getting a concept of things. You know, I don't really know what I'm doing. He just showing me. 7 years old, I'm actually writing raps, and I started writing poetry, and I went from there, and I kept going. And that's like in 8th grade and on, I started recording. I had certain studios I was going to. But after I got out of high school, that's when I actually took it serious because I had more time. And I was like, okay, I'm going to college this and that, but I'm going to interact and still tap in and still network, do what I do, and start dropping music. And then that's when my buzz started building. I started getting like 100K, 80K on SoundCloud, just off my own music, just turning up. And then I got built a solid following in Houston. I started doing shows with upcoming artists. And then once my dad started like coming to Houston, around Houston when he wasn't on the road, we'd do shows together, or we'd be around each other, and then now it's like our worlds start intertwining and stuff like that.
Do you got any songs with your dad?
Yeah, I got a song. So we was on a road before, about 7 months before he passed. We was on a road. We had shows with like Crunchy Black from 3 6 Mafia. We did like 2-3 shows together. We did one in like Peoria, Illinois. Oh no, in fact, we did one like Peoria, Illinois, or like in like Chicago, and then we did one in Iowa. And then so after we did all the stuff in Iowa, moving around, while we was in Columbus, we was out there for like 2 or 3 weeks before we came to Chicago. We worked on music and stuff, working this song called Badu Vibe. And we just cooking up certain songs and just working on stuff while we was doing shows. And then fast forward, like before he passed, when Tretch and them came to town, Naughty by Nature had a show. Tretch came and hopped on the song with me and my dad. So I dropped the song with me and my dad, then I dropped the song, the remix with my dad and Tretch on it.
How was it? How was it that first session like you doing the song with your pops? Like that first
that I could honestly say Ohio, that was our first really like song really like put together, like, okay, it's a whole full song. And I'm like, it was dope because like with him, the man literally walked in the studio, rap, and walk out like nothing happened. I'm like, bro, what the hell this man got going on? Like how you just literally he walked in there and spit his verse. And they walked in like, I'm just like, bro, like, hold up, man. I just wrote my whole verse, sat down and wrote this whole verse. I did like you didn't really just freestyle and killed it. And he's saying real stuff off top of the head. There's real words, real everything's on point. I say, bro, it was amazing watching the process with him and then learning how my dad like working on his music and from working with him early on. And then like fast forward me doing my thing. He's saying like, and it's a balance. It's like the song really, really good. And it's like, it just show like, I don't know, like it just meant like you ain't gotta, something that's already in you, you ain't gotta force type. You know what I'm saying?
So then as you got older though, man, I mean, when you started to carry on the torch, what kind of game did your daddy hit you with when he started to see those 180Ks starting to flow all over the place? You doing numbers and the fan base is growing.
Okay, so when it came to that, he really said it was just like he had to live and learn and understand when it came to that. Because like you got to think, you're 18 years old, just getting your taste of the industry. They giving you fame. You're from a third world country. You come from a third world country to New York. Grow up in New York for a certain amount of time. Then go from New York, go visit Houston. You bring all the stuff, different environments you in. And then finally, while you in Houston visiting your sister, you get a whole record deal. Your whole life changed. Now you a whole rap star. You go from being a hype man and just turning up the crowd to now you got the mic in your hand and you rapping lyrics to these people and they're rapping in backseat. It's changing. He was like, once they got put on MTV, you know how people couldn't see you, they only could hear you. So once he's like, bro, once they seen us, he was like, MTV changed my life. It was never the same because now people know who I am. They know the song, they know the music, but now they see me and they like, oh, that's him.
Yeah.
So it was like he put me on game about just like self-awareness of who you around. Understand people that's around handling your business. Like everybody ain't your friend. Especially when you come to money, it get very weird. Everybody cool until it come to money. It can be $5, $10, $20, and then start touching a comma. That's when it really get weird. So it's just that's what. So it's just like he really just showed me, and I learned the ropes being on the road with him. Like I go get the show money. He like make sure this accurate or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Make sure this is what it is. And like I've been on top of certain business, and I'm like, it taught me early on how to handle my business, but taught me like the ups and downs of like how to do it and how to go about it the right way. So he just put me on a game, really, just how to move.
Okay. Rick, was you about to say something?
Yeah, I wanted to ask you if a person had not heard your music yet, but they were familiar with your song, which a lot of people are. What would you describe to that person is the similarities to you and your pops as far as the music going, the content, and the differences where you kind of say, you know what? Yeah, Pop, I felt that, but I'm gonna kind of go this way with it.
Okay, so like Pops was always a great performer, and you know, from their production wise, like they had the craziest production went from Mike Dean and John Vito. The music and beats sound crazy, but right now in 2023, that's not the same beats. So it's like the music I'm on, the music I'm making, like I stick in my music where I talk about my life. I get real descriptive about like my story, my past, my pain, things that made me as a man. And then I go on to the parts where I'm like, I'm having fun. I got the crowd surf songs. I'm turning up mosh pits. The kids going crazy. They hands up. I'm jumping in crowds. They holding me up in the air. Like, it's like, that's where it gets different. Because now it's just like, I can talk about real life and talk about the ghetto and talk about just reality in general because that's what my dad stood on. Like, what he represented was reality. Right. He stood on what people don't talk about, what they see every day, and they uncomfortable to say. He said all those uncomfortable things. Right. And so it's like when I speak my truth, he told me like, yo, come from the place of your emotion, come from that inside of you, put that tone, add that feeling behind what you're saying. I could say, man, I'm hurt right now, but if I say a certain way, you like, bro, he's hurt.
Right.
Like, so it's just like he taught me how with the tones and how with that, it just really makes you like, it put that emphasis on. When I say certain songs, I got songs where I'm like, bro, I was a vessel for this track. This track's so deep and it hit anybody so hard. You like, bro, this is real. And I'm like, bro, when I was rapping it, I felt it. I feel like, all right, bro, this is something like bigger than me. Like what I'm saying right now, this is bigger than this. Gonna help somebody that I don't even know 1,000 miles away. So like we really just defer just on the age bracket and the era we in. But as far as just like when it comes to that real be yourself, it's always there. My dad biggest thing was himself. You seen Bushwick Bill, you like, okay, that's Bushwick Bill. It wasn't like, oh, that's somebody else. He was a one-on-one type person.
Right.
This
Yes, sir.
question is for KB though. KB, how do you feel seeing Lil Bush in this thing when you was remembering when he was just a little baby running around with his daddy, man?
Man, listen, like I said, when he popped up on the screen, man, it just, wow, man. I literally got tears in my eyes, man, on some real shit, dog. Just seeing him, watching him. Because like I said, his daddy was a good dude, man. And it's crazy to sit here and just to see him on this screen, man. Like I've been watching him on Instagram, but like to just sit here and talk to him, it's like
man.
Hey man.
I'm glad I got chopped up with you. I seen certain stuff you had like with like interviews and stuff like, and I see like stories like certain stories you mentioned certain stuff like. I'm like, bro, this man KB is a real. He funny as heck, bro. Like I know, like with me, I've been on my dad so much and traveled so much. I can tell who really had a genuine relationship with my dad. Like people don't understand, like with Flesh and Bone from Bone Thugs, that's my godfather. They were so close and so tight. Like literally, that man is my godfather. So like I'm talking to them and kick it with them all the time when they come to Houston. So it's just like that's how deeply he's connected with people that when they came to my grandma's house and ate Thanksgiving with them.
My first time meeting Bone, Busy Bones with your dad.
See?
In Houston. That's a crazy story right there. We man, I got so many stories with your dad, man. Like, but some of them I can say right here.
Yeah.
But I know the first time he took me to see Busy Bone, they had a show, and so we ride. Once again, it's me, him, and Okie, and I don't know where we're going. So he's like, man, we finna ride. So we go up to the it ain't the Toyota Center. It's the Sun. It used to be the Summit where the Houston Rockets used to play at. And so Bone was standing in the hotel across the street. So we go to the hotel first. I'm like, man, what the fuck? We going to the hotel and shit. I don't think he got some women. So,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like, okay, Bill got a little something going on. So we get up there. It's Busy Bone.
Yeah.
Like, damn. So we chopped it up with Busy Bone. Good. Go next door to the show. Backstage, like I said, with the whole Bone back there, they showing they love your dad, man. They showing them love. He didn't need no ticket. He didn't need nothing. I'm talking about he literally just walked right in the building. Like no ticket, no nothing.
He was a ticket.
They didn't ask nothing. They didn't search him. He didn't do anything. We just walked straight in the Summit where the Houston Rockets play at. Walked in there, watched Bone. And man, like your dad, man, he was just a good dude, man. That's why y'all got to excuse me, man. I had tears in my eyes just thinking about, some of the time, and then looking at you, man. Your dad gone, man. How my mama loved the man.
Look, right now, every time I do, no matter where I go, look, I got my pops with me everywhere I go. No matter I was on Sway, New York, Atlanta, no matter where I'm at, like I touch base. I'm gonna have my OG with me because it's like the energy lives on. That's why it's like I'm his only son. I got nothing but sisters. And I'm the oldest, you feel me? So it's like, that's the torch got passed on me. Like, all right, bro, go ahead and mash the gas. Like,
I got another story. You might don't remember this right here, but the same, one time we were riding, I think it's the same car ride. Me, you, Okie, your sister. Now, pardon me, man, but so you and your sister were getting into it. I'm back here with y'all. Y'all getting into it the whole ride. Y'all messing with each other.
Awesome. Hey, we twins, man. Me and her. Oh my gosh.
I don't know if you remember this or not. So you hit your sister. Boom. So your dad was like, this what I respect Bill for. Bill like, hey, So he told your sister, like, he told you, like, hey, sit right there. He told your sister, like, get your lick back. So your sister couldn't wait. She hauled off.
I know she couldn't wait.
One thing about you,
oh,
look,
hey.
you had tears in your eyes. You was like, You ate that motherfucker punch. Your sister like, wow, and then Bill like, you don't hit women, and you especially don't hit. You for sure don't hit your sister.
Right.
So like, damn, and your last.
Hey, I know for a fact I don't remember that happening again, so it did not happen again.
That's
one thing I can say.
Y'all kept messing with each other the whole ride. You and your sister just messing with each other. You like brother, sister.
Yeah.
When you hit your sister, man, your dad like, sit right there. Like she told him, like, what's her name?
Aaliyah.
Leah, get your lick back. and you stood right there.
We the same age.
That lick, you ate it up. You went boo-hoo crying. You just like, and she swung and
I was like, man, it was serious business at that moment. She cocked her head back and smiled like, why you do me like that? That man and broke the story down. I say, I might have got to call her after this interview and say, Aaliyah, why did you smack me like that? Like, I understand I hit you, but you didn't have to do me like that.
Yeah. It wasn't that like just to see Bill, like, you know, so like everybody know like Bushwick was a rapper, but I'm looking at him being like a regular man, a parent, a father. You know what I'm saying? So that ride from Houston to Atlanta, man, it just taught me a lot about Bill, man. That was like a 12-hour ride. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, you definitely get to know somebody in 12 hours.
Stopping everywhere because they like to stop, buy little gadgets and shit. You know, he might buy like a cane, but when you pull it out, it's a damn sword, all kinds of shit.
Hey, I kid you not. When we're on the road, he's literally buying the most random things. He like, yo, you and your sister go get them pocket knives right there. We all getting pocket knives. Everybody got a pocket knife on them. Right. I was like, all right, cool. Next thing you know, we on the road one time in Milwaukee. We had a show. It was Bone Thugs and Harmony, Miss Chalet, Too Short, Ghetto Boys, and it was the Middle Highlight Theater. That was like November 2018. That was the year right before he passed. And I'm talking about he had a cane. I kid you not. The man flew with a cane that was a sword. Yeah. Like, he take out the cane, a whole sword.
Probably still had that cane when he bought with me.
Bro, he put it under the plane.
I'm like, how you know about this stuff? I'm talking about like from Houston to Atlanta. He's stopping at little stores, like, how you know about this shit, man? I mean, he had like mace. He had the mace way before Charleston White. He had the mace, the damn cane, the brass knuckles with the knives on it. Like,
he was ready for war. If it was going down, just know you can depend on him. Hey, Bill, I need this for protection. He's like, here you go, man. Come on, let's go. Right. The man was army ready, and if you know how you know my pops, he always wear camo. The man is on his army time.
Yes, sir.
He loved camo. He loves camo.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Bill.
Which one of your daddy's songs mean the most to you, though, Bush? When you hear that song, it just makes you feel your daddy.
Man, I would say Times Is Hard from Family Rapper, and Only God Knows from the Family Rapper. And then also, but the main one, that Ghetto Boy song, Tired. Try to do it best I could. I'm sorry, that's my best one. He talking about me and my sisters in that song.
Yeah.
Like my little sister, Demir in that song with her mom in that video. Like that song is so real excited, bro. He talking about me and my sisters. And I'm just like, dang, bro. He's talking everything he felt and was going through in that verse. He kept it unfiltered. This what I'm going through in life right now. This how it is my relationship with my kids, my baby mamas. This how I feel as a father, and I've been able to see my kids. This how I'm like, yo, like. That song and the way the beat and the production, it gives you that, already put you in that vibe, and the words just hit too. It make you just feel you instantly. I feel everything. I'm like, man, bro, like he really put his heart and soul on that track.
Yeah, that time. I like that time. My favorite verse is that my pockets ain't hurting.
Pockets ain't hurting. That's for certain. That was said, broke is a burden. I'm the first on the block for the cheese, and I'm last the lead.
Yeah, that verse from your dad on that one right there. That's my favorite.
Bro, seen him around the liquor store. I'm talking about that track.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah, I like. Yeah, that's my favorite. That's my favorite Bill verse. Like sometimes we ride, I would make him spit that shit for me. You know what I'm saying? Like he I like.
He killed that one. No, I ain't gonna. I be jamming Face too. I be jamming. It was this one Face song. I think it was like The World Is Yours when it's like something like The World Is Yours, a Scarface. It's gonna hit the cane and the hat on.
The world is yours.
The world in the background.
Yeah, the world is yours. Yeah.
The world is yours. So like, and then that one, he's like, now I understand. It's something like the song. He's talking about now I understand. Like, and that song, like, it's a single on there, and I love, bro. I be jamming all the classics, but Faze got some crazy joints too. And I be digging to my dad's discography. He got Lil Big Man. It's another one he got. He got like 3 or 4 projects. The Testimony of Redemption. They came on later on when he dropped a Christian rap album. Like he did a
whole. Did you got in the song with Face?
I ain't got no songs with Face yet. All the people I got songs with so far, I got a song with Paul Wall. I got a song with Lil B from the Bay Area. I got a song with my homie Craig's in that did songs like XXXTentacion and stuff. He's part of a group with them. And I got songs with like and I got songs with this big artist from Poland named Peha. Like, so I'm tapping into a Poland fan base because he grew up with my dad in Poland, in the slums in Poland. And he gold and platinum in Poland, bro. Like, he hard, legendary artist. I was like, bro, so I expanded my fan base today, and I was in blogs in Poland. I say, bro, this is crazy.
You did some shows over there?
I haven't done that. That's what I plan on for next year. Literally, my whole rundown for next year is just literally hitting all those markets like the Sweden, the London, all those, because my dad never went to London. He went to Japan, he went to Hawaii, he went over the US, but they never touched London.
Okay.
So that's a whole untapped market of people that's just like, bro, I didn't have to experience your dad, so I definitely want to see what you got going on.
Do you perform some of your dad's music along with your own music at the same time too now? Talk to me.
Come on, man. With my own merch and Pop's merch, same. We doing all the blend because it's all about balance. Like, cause like I designed all these stuff. Like I have graphic designers, these Chuck Week tees on the sites. I got this year Halloween on the weekend tees, all that stuff. Like I made sure like everything signifies to Halloween or for his anniversary. I made a tee where it's half my face, half his face, and on the back it say for every ghetto. And it's like tour dates on there where I'm hitting all the hoods in every different like state and city in America.
That's
dope. That's dope. I definitely got to get one of those sweaters you got on, man.
Oh, I got it. It's cold too. I got you. And on the back of it, it's my mind playing tricks on me.
Okay.
Dude, you have to send me behind some of that stuff up there.
I got to look.
So we can put it on the table up there and drive people to your site. So you definitely got to dress us out, Lil Bushwick.
Hey, I got you. Look, send me the size, and you know I'm gonna send it straight to y'all, man. Priority. I got y'all.
Absolutely. Let me ask you one thing.
I'm still waiting on my damn ATL hat. You got to sit on the damn table. You still ain't sitting with my ATL hat. You got to
man, Beehive took all them hats, man.
Look at him.
KB, that man don't give us nothing. That man, he come out to check. If you want a hat, Beehive like, you know, hey, you wear that hat if you want to now, you know.
I shot for it. Hey, look, I shot for it, man. You know, I get it, you know. I get it right on it, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, that's a nice little ATL hat. That been something. It sit right there on every show. Like, damn,
you say, come
motherfucker, man.
Lil Bushwick, I want to ask you something real serious. You ain't got to answer it if you don't want to, but you know, people are hitting me. They want to know kind of, do you talk to any other members in the group or at the label? And if not, or even if you do, does the label still support you since you are now the trustee of everything?
Okay, so when it comes to my legacy, like everybody know from the jump, when it comes to my pops and certain members, like Face and my dad were roommates when they first come up when they you know what I'm saying, early on their careers. So it's like for you to be roommates with somebody, you have to really like rock with them and be like, that's my homie. So you need to see you every day. So it's like with them, it's always been that bond. With my dad and Will, like with him, that part of the group, it's all business. Because just like they never liked each other from the jump. My dad was some like, cool, we could be homies, but it's just like when some people try to play on your top and you already a person that has to defend yourself naturally, it's like, all right, bro, I'm not gonna let you play with me. No matter if we working together, making music together. And so my dad always been a business relationship with like when Ken and him and Willie D. So it's just like I keep it realistic on the whole spectrum of things. I'm like, if this person and my dad never really got along their whole career for 30 some years and they know each other, how am I, me as my dad's son looking just like him, gonna have a great relationship with that man? It don't make no sense. So it's just like basically me and Face, bro, like I say, you can go to a lot of footage and videos. Face brought me out a lot of shows. He brought me out, shouted me out with the Locks Candy in Houston. He brought me out to his farewell show and I pulled up on there. He saw me, he like, yo, you wanna come rap this? I said, come on, like we live band, everything, killed it for his farewell show. Like we done several shows together. Like he always he support and bring me out. But Face is very like at this point in his career, he's out the way, low key, he's retired really. Like he just performing his classics and chilling. So he's not on some where I could we go hit the studio and record all the time. Like that's not what he on at this stage in his life. So it's like I'm not gonna be around him all the time. But if I need to call him and say I need to chop it up with you, he gonna answer the phone.
Right.
But it's genuine with that. But like besides everybody else, it's like I ain't gonna fake the funk and be like, oh yeah, like you can go online right now and see people bashing my dad and people saying stuff about him that's his own members of the group, and it's like a man that's not here can't defend himself. So when I be going on anywhere I speak, I make sure I carry myself in a certain manner and be like, all right, I'm here to make sure the positive parts of my dad is known, because people have their own motives and they have a base to speak on, and I can't reach that base because that's not my base.
Gotcha.
So they only got one side. But now it's everything, like I said, everything cool, everything came full circle to where it's just like everybody who went to be around supporting, they supporting. As far as like the label and stuff, when I see Jay or Jazz and June, you know, they all show me love. Like they all like, it's all cool. I can call any of them. You feel me? And it just be, yeah, and it's genuine.
Gotcha.
I can dig that. Now, my question would be, when your father passed, though, Lil Bush, how did that impact you, man?
Really, it merged everything, because like how I grew up with my mom's most of my life at certain times, like my life was a certain way how I made it. And then like I be around my dad at certain times. But then you gotta think, once he passed, now it's like, okay, he's not here. Now they looking at me. They like, I know more of the business stuff. I know more stuff he had going on. I was around him more so towards the end. So like I know all the things he wanted to do or had to take care of. I'm always on the phone about certain things, or it just like it really made everything on me to where I had to really like lock in, like, all right, bro, it's time. Like you gotta really, I had to figure it out and go with the groove and go through my morning process. It took a minute because it didn't go to straight morning. It went straight to business. It's like, okay, your pops just passed, now he's gone. Get him out this morgue. Like, let's get him out of this situation. Let's get him where he gotta go and take care of him, get this process going. Like, he's not here no more. I can feel how I feel and be crying all day. I ain't about to have my pop stuck and sitting in Denver. Right. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna figure out getting where you gotta go, make sure you have a smooth process and we go through this transition and everything. Because it's just like it's like everything he prepared me, like as I could see early on, as like my process being around him, he really prepared me for what's to come at such a young age. That like once everything happened, I had to figure myself out, figure things out, and like, okay, this is the world that I'm getting dived into now. I have to be like, okay, this is how I'm gonna go about things and not burn myself out. Because it's easy as me as the only son, and I'm burning myself out because I only want to do music. So it's like the whole industry, entertainment stuff. I'm the one doing the interviews. I'm the one, you know what I'm saying, doing certain endeavors for us. So it's just like I really gotta make sure I make the right move, my best move. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Lastly, does anybody else have any more questions around this thing, fellas?
Yeah, I'm gonna let KB end this, so I'm gonna get out the way. One I want to say to you is that besides you looking and sounding just like him, I can tell that he did a great job with you. Two is, when were you gonna be back? When are you gonna be in Atlanta so you can actually come in and sit down with us?
Exactly.
Because I'm seeing now between Beehive, you know, you, me, and KB, that we all need to sit down.
Yeah,
we can make that happen.
Yeah, and so my question would be, when you gonna be here, man, so that we can meet you in person and we can all sit down, man. And
we can do that in a week.
You know, because I feel like we just scratching the surface now. KB got a lot to say. I feel like, man, we could talk for hours, you know?
Yes, sir.
So that's my question. When will you be in Atlanta?
Man, look, like I say, my schedule, I be making it how like that makes sense. I'm like, I could be there in a week and a half, 2 weeks. Like, it don't, cause like that's how I move about it. Cause I like time is of the essence. Like one quote I live by, and I make sure everybody understand this quote, is like, my dad told me like certain things before he passed. He was like, tomorrow never dies, we do. You feel me? And he basically is telling me is that like, tomorrow gonna happen with or without you. The sun gonna shine with or without you. So whatever in this moment of today, basically seize it and be present in it. You feel me? So it's like, when I'm given certain opportunities and moments, I don't stretch it out because I don't want to, like, anything can happen. Life is random. We could be like, oh yeah, tomorrow I'm gonna go do this and that, and then something else occur and you have family emergency, and then the whole plan is cut short for that day.
Correct.
So it's just like, you gotta really, really just be intentional with everything you do in your life and make sure, like I say, go with your best move. Make sure that everything that makes sense for you and your path you're trying to be on type time.
Gotcha. That's real.
I can tell, man, like Wick said, man, he did a good job with it. Well, I seen at 3 years old, 2, 3 years old, that he was doing a good job with it, like how he was communicating with y'all. So it just lasted. Like, I mean, like it amazed me how he communicated with y'all, man. But I just want to say, man, it's good to see that you carrying on your dad's legacy, man. It's good to see, man. Keep doing your thing. Stay positive like you're doing. You know, like, you feel like you got a good head on your shoulder, man. You know, I hope you and your sisters are still in communication, still, you know.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay, yeah, that's beautiful, man.
Be good. I made sure, like, I'm the like I say, I'm the nucleus of things, like, and it's like I'm the oldest, so I make sure that all my siblings, all my sisters good. Like, all them, like, we all communicate with each other. We all got a great relationship. So it's like we all on the same page. Cause like, like I said, I'm the oldest.
That's dope. Like for somebody who just seeing you for the first time on the Beehive show, like where can they go like listen to some of your music? Like you say you had songs with Tretch and all that. Where can they
that's
go?
on
Where
Apple
can
Music.
they get some of this music at?
All right, so that's on Apple Music. That's on my alias Young No YUNGKNXW. And it's a song called Badu Vibe featuring my dad. And it's gonna say Badu Vibe featuring Bushwick remixing, gonna have Tretch on there and stuff like that. But that's on all platforms, Apple Music, Spotify, and then my Instagram is at one Lil Bushwick.
Okay. All right, man. Well, it's good to see you, man. I got your number right here, man. I'm gonna shoot you. And hey, man, like I want some of that merch, and maybe me, you, and Wicked can get in that lab and knock something out, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. We need to get in there and make Beehive tap dance. What we'll Beehive.
Hey, Bush, man, appreciate you so much for your time. When you come up to the city, we gonna run that thing and we gonna see you when you touch down, man.
Yes, sir. I got you. You be safe. I appreciate y'all for y'all time. And KB, I'm gonna hit all y'all. Appreciate y'all.
Yes, sir.
Already, man.
Take it easy. All right, one.